Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know why I keep doing that at the intro of all of these videos. Welcome to Mexico. We are 82 rated in the RTG now, as you can see, top middle. As you can't quite see behind my face, there is some rain in the air for the Grand Prix, only right at the very end. And if there's no safety car, then there's probably not going to be much rain that is worth anything changing in terms of tyre wear. Or tyre compound, sorry, but if there's a safety car at all, or even a VSC that delays it slightly, then we could see some rain at the end to really throw this into chaos. We did not do well at Mexico last year. We got P14 in the Haas. I'm hoping we can do better this year in the Ferrari. Obviously, we're on the back of back-to-back podium. Actually, no, not back-to-back podiums, because we didn't do very well in the United States. 2 podiums in our last 3 races. And hopefully we can continue to perform well. We've had a points finish in every round that we haven't retired in since Spain. So we want to keep that going as well. Obviously, you can see Lance Stroll has been very consistent in that spell as well. He now is slightly ahead of me in the driver's standings. Lewis has been tumbling. Started the season well enough, then got a win in Canada, and since then hasn't finished higher than 6th. And has been either scoring 1, 2 or 4 points only since Hungary. So we can definitely overtake Lewis in the championship today. We might be able to overtake Stroll today as well if we have a good weekend. We should be able to stay ahead of Piastri too. We're aiming for P8 in the championship. That said, Sergio Perez has not had a great 4 races in a row either, has he? So maybe by the end of the season we could potentially catch Sergio Perez in 7th. Regardless, Mexico's a track I enjoy, even if I'm not quick, so it will be a fun weekend despite the result, but hopefully the result will be good too. Do drop the video a like if you're enjoying the save, of course. Thank you for your patience in waiting for these episodes whilst I'm away out on holiday. We'll be back live again this coming weekend, either Sunday or just after the weekend on Monday for the next round of the championship. So do join me for that too. Links in the description to the live stream content. Hopefully have some Football Manager for you as well this week, but I can't promise anything at the moment of recording because it's time sensitive. Regardless, what I can promise you is this race weekend. So let's go to Mexico, shall we? Practice done. The car feels good. The car does feel like it handles well. I just don't know whether we're quick yet. We had significantly worn parts for practice. We've put a brand new ICE in, a brand new turbo in, a brand new gearbox in, as well as slightly improved MG. It might even be a brand new MG UK as well, actually. Brand new MG UK, brand new ICE, only partially worn MGUH. Energy still hangs in the balance. Depending on how we qualify, will depend on whether we do or don't take grid penalties for a new energy store, new control electronics here. Brand new turbo, brand new gearbox. So the car should be quicker than it was in practice. And time to go to qualifying, where we're obviously hoping to do well, but my practice time was not great. We didn't do well here last year either, so I don't know whether that was because of the car or whether it was because I was uncompetitive. We're not sure. We shall find out in due course. Let's see what sort of lap times everyone's doing. We'll try and save a set of softs, although, as you'll be able to tell from here, the mediums do 61 laps and the hards do 97. So it should be a medium-hard one-stop race. So saving softs isn't massively important, but it would be nice to have a fresh set of softs for the race just in case we might need them. They're doing early 14s, basically, is where I need to be to get out of Q1 into Q2, which is not going to be easy. So I will go now. And then if we need to go again, we've allowed enough time to do that. We've decided to go risky. We will look to save a set of softs. We're down to 11th. We do have the thick end of 3.5 tenths in the pocket. And it is a short lap. So we live in hope. Zhou only goes 13th. That's good news. Lewis will improve and has done. Daniel doesn't catch us. Teo's done his lap. I think we're through. We've managed to successfully save a set of soft tyres and get through to Q2. So we're very happy with that. They used new sets at Red Bull and Mercedes and significantly improved. Well, actually, only by a tenth. No, George did a 13.9, didn't he? So there was time in the lap, but crucially not enough time in the lap. We still had 2.5 tenths in the pocket. So good. We've successfully saved a soft set of tyres for the race. Hopefully we don't need them, but if we do, then we will be quick. Here goes Stefan.
And that's just 30 seconds left in the session.
Too tight there. Way too tight. Definitely not going to get 13. Ah, 14.1. We just basically matched our time from the first qualifying session. It's P12 for us here in Mexico. Again, that awkward position where it's not really high enough to say absolutely don't take any pens, but not low enough to say absolutely take the pens. We're 4 tenths really off the quicker cars here. We do have a hybrid setup of not straight line speed, not high downforce for the middle sector, and well, quite frankly, we're just kind of in the middle again, aren't we, with our pace. There have been some calls for me to, in the comment section, to use the battery in qualifying, but the AI don't use it. I don't want to use it. Just end of. I don't want to do something that the AI can't or don't, so, to give myself an advantage outside of obviously having flashbacks and turning race-ending DNFs off. It's already obviously as far as we want to go with that. Hopefully others take pens though. We can start in the top 10 again. Well, we weren't in Q3. Not imagining that Charles Leclerc was able to get near the front row of the grid. And again, it is Sainz and Alonso that are fighting out for pole and ultimately probably for the win as well. If we had a pick of teams for next year at the minute, you'd choose Haas again or Aston Martin, wouldn't you? Although Leclerc was right there challenging. So that shows that Ferrari is the Ferrari car is perhaps clawing it back again. Are we 12th? No, someone's taking a penalty, but who that someone is probably of no real benefit to us. It's Sergio Perez. Actually, that is a benefit to us, isn't it? Because Perez is one of our rivals in the championship to try and finish as high as possible.
We're still in with a strong chance of winning the Constructors' title, which means so much to everybody here in this team.
Well,
so let's make it happen in these last 3 races.
It reckons we 2-stop medium, hard. I will change that. And we'll put the hard tyre on in the middle stint. With a view to going mediums at the end. Because if we can make the hard tyre last until rain, then that's beneficial for us, isn't it? So we will go 23, 25, 23. But probably box 21, then try and take the hard set to the rain if it comes. If we haven't heard anything about rain by the time we get to lap 48, then we'll box for a set of medium tyres again. But medium, hard, medium is the way forward. The soft tyre is pretty ill-advised for anything other than a short dash to the end after a safety car or something of the like. 6.5 laps worth of extra fuel it recommends. I'll go for 5.5 laps. And even then it's probably a little bit overkill, but okay, what's everyone else doing? We're starting mediums. Everybody else is on a as well. Well, I think that kind of decides that then, doesn't it, really? We'll be starting on the left-hand side of the grid, which will be the outside for 1 and inside for 2 and outside for 3 in the whole switchback section. But I don't know really as it'll be much beneficial or much benefit, sorry, to be on either side of the grid really, considering it's such a long run down to turn 1, as you can see from the mini-map. It's overcast for the entirety of the race until the rain, so that will be good for tyre temps and for tyre wear. Lots of wheel spin there, and we're already in 4th by the time the wheel spin stops. Using some battery, using the slipstream, and we're just going to drift to the outside. And then we'll try and make a couple of positions here. Lots of contact between other drivers. Piastri, I just had to cut the corner there. I was worried Piastri was just going to run into me. So he very nearly did. He went to go for the apex, and I just, quite frankly, panicked and moved away from it. We can definitely brake better than some of the others, so I throw myself up the inside here. And that's Lewis dealt with. We're up to P9. I could have maybe thought about doing the same to Lando there, but thought better of it. Lewis still on my outside here, and we'll get a much better drive down towards this left-hander. So Lewis back through into P9, and we're 10th again. But we're up 1 position past Piastri from the start. Now we just need to see how far we can go. Our energy store only holds a maximum of 93% at the minute, and obviously that will deplete throughout the course of the race as well. We probably won't have much choice but to take a new energy store in the next Grand Prix weekend and take a grid pen, but we've been able to avoid one here, and hopefully we can stick with those around us and be as competitive as possible. We will do what we can to finish as high as possible. Piastri, Sainz, Stroll and Perez are our championship rivals, but quite frankly I think we could probably disregard Sainz, can't we, because that Haas is so quick and he is so quick in it that he's just going to get way more points than us for the remainder of the season. That said, Fernando Alonso is disappearing out in P1 and he's got a great lead already, managing the situation well enough at the minute. Everybody, I'm pretty sure, will be on a 2-step. If someone was going to do a 3-stop, they would have started on the softs. Don't know at all when the rain is going to come, or even really, judging by some of our previous experiences this season, if the rain is going to come. But because of that, going medium, hard, medium is probably the play, provided we can stick with those around us when we're on the hard tyre. Getting dragged along with DRS on a hard tyre is going to be so much more beneficial than running in free air with a medium. Getting very defensive out in front. They're allowing everybody up there just to get further and further away. I mean, the top 4 is kind of well, they have disappeared. Look at that. They are well and truly gone. Max Verstappen is a proper moving roadblock right now. I can't quite believe he's as slow as he is, really, given how fast they were in qualifying. Might have damage, might have an issue, don't know. Either way, it's a proper battle right now for P5. Quite the DRS trail in a minute. If we can anticipate them when they go really defensive in here for challenging for P5, if I can time it right and angle it right, we could maybe make a move for Hamilton or whoever it is that ends up in front of us at that given point through that complex. An overtaking there is doable, but we just have to be prepared for it and positioned well enough to get it done when the opportunity arises. Tyre wear is alright so far. Rear tyres are hot though, so that's something to bear in mind. That will definitely affect tyre wear quite considerably, so I'm going to have to manage that. I was kind of hoping that tyre temps at the rear weren't going to be an issue, but it seems they might be. Hamilton going for it on Norris in front, getting it done before they even reach the corner. Big move from Lewis, that. Although by battling with Lando as much as he has done, they have fallen away from the group in front. I really don't like those hot tyres. I do what I can to try and cool them down, but it's not going to be easy to do that and maintain DRS. Running cooler air if it's going to make any difference whatsoever. Lando going for it on Lewis now. Getting the job partially done, and then lost the position again. Then he quelts over a curb. Just as I was about to try and fill that void on the left-hand side behind Lewis, he went and did it himself. He's now half attacking Lewis, half defending to me. Well, I'm going to have that, thank you. P9. Right. Up next, Lewis Hamilton, but still with particularly unhappy rear hot left tyre. And the middle gaggle are 3 seconds down the road already. The front few even further. That's where strategy hopefully will come in though. We'll try and get some of that time back again. I'm going to go for it on Lewis. I'm going to get the job done and then see if we can hold on to the position of the racing line here. Around the outside. And I'll have DRS here as well.
Okay, mate. Tyres are running very hot.
I know they're running hot. Going for it in front. K-Mag and George. Lewis is closing on me here, but he's not going to make a move. Max is... Hang on, let me get onto a straight so I can look at the minimap. Max and Lance have dropped George and Kevin. So now there's a group of about 4, then a group of 2, then a group of 2. A group of 3, then a group of 2, then a group of 2. And then us. It is indeed 3. I think George is falling back here. I'm doing the same. I'd be sorely tempted to go onto the hard tyres quite soon. Because as you saw just from that swing there, they're getting worn and they're very hot. What I really need is a cool, hard tyre right now. But it's still too early to box at the moment, just in case the rain doesn't come hard enough that warrants another tyre. At the minute, it doesn't matter. I'm not losing any time by not being in someone's DRS here. Because I'm the lead car, so it's not going to lose me any time on the groups in front by boxing overall, because I'm the one that's tugging everyone else along right here. So I would still be quite happy to box on 20 for a set of hard tyres. Nothing I can do about that. Nothing at all. It was just far too fast in a straight line. I had less battery to utilise because I had to be defensive on the previous lap. Okay. Well, that's not the last percentile of the race, is it? Rain in about 15 minutes. Okay, Jeff. Well, these medium tyres aren't going to last that long. So do I now box the hards? Oh, wait, I'll still box 20. I'll still box 20. But yes, you're right. This could very well indeed get spicy. I'll still box 20 and I'll still go hards in case it dries up after the rain. Or in case the rain doesn't come that quickly. Because I'd still be worried about having... If I went mediums next, I'd still be worried about having hot tyres before the rain.
Okay, so...
Of course it has. Every bloody race the tyre pressure goes. I've now lost DRS to Lewis as well.
Shouldn't be anything to worry about.
I might box this lap for hards. We'll box 18 for hards. So I'm just going to start losing time and places. The more places I lose, the more time I lose as well, getting overtaken and being offline. I think we just cut our losses.
Ahead of us with 0 seconds. Understood. Stopping this lap.
And pit for the hard. Because I don't think the rain comes before they box for their next set of tyres either. 15 minutes is still nearly 15 laps away. And that's only when it starts to rain, not when it gets heavy enough to warrant the next tyre. If I'm within DRS of Lando for the straight, I might do it one more lap. I might give it one more lap. It would be silly to turn down 2 lots of DRS just for the sake of boxing. And we will be.
Let's use overtake and burn off some of this energy.
So I'm gonna... now we're in a situation where as long as we've got DRS still, I will maintain the run. But as soon as we lose DRS, then I'll box. Even though I've got the DRS to Lando, I am going to box this lap. The rears are starting to let go left, right and centre. I just need the hard tyre. I need cooler tyres.
Right, let's go. Come on. Perfect
Come
job on the turn in there, mate.
Now we have to hope that just with ERS, we can be faster than those in front. I don't know whether this is the right call or not, but I feel like my hand is forced a little bit by hot tyres. I should have DRS available here as well, actually, as soon as we get out, which we do. Right, the hards shouldn't overheat. And now we'll be on these until the rain or we know more about it. Checo's in the box. Sergio Perez is boxing 22, which is earlier than anticipated.
So we're expecting rain in about 10 to 15
And he's gone to the hard tyre as well. It was lap 23 that was the expected lap time. Now, how did that hard tyre lap compare to the laps we were doing on the worn mediums? That's what I want to know. Significantly quicker, by about a second. And the lap that I boxed on, I did a 120, although that would be me crossing the line as well and braking for the pits, I guess, but faster. So we are making time. Expecting pretty much everybody else to be in this lap, or at least one car from each team to be in this lap. Obviously, Verstappen can now stop because Checo's done it first, the lap prior. Charles Leclerc continues though, as does one of the Aston Martins, and Kevin Magnussen and presumably George Russell as well, because it was Russell that was with Kevin, not Lewis. Do we gain any positions? Are we going to come out in front of Lewis Hamilton? Going to come out right next to Lewis Hamilton, but he's going to get DRS here. They've gone mediums as well, okay. So Checo's gone to the hard tyre, but lots of others have gone to the medium. Intriguing. Now I'll try and get into Lewis's DRS if I can. But I have a feeling that with those medium tyres, he's going to just be too quick. We could come out half a second further up the road. Then that would have been amazing.
Charles is in the pits.
But we weren't quite lucky enough to do that. But we have jumped Norris at least.
Okay, clear.
No flag behind. Not sure who for yet. It's for Teo Porcher, I think. No, that's an Alpine. Hulkenberg or Gasly. It's Nico. Just annoyingly outside of DRS range of Alex Albon there. Who's still going on his old medium tyres. He must be one stopping.
Keep an eye on that gap ahead, please. 0.9 seconds. They're on old mediums. They've done 26 laps on those tyres. We think they've got one more stop.
He's looking to one stop.
Last lap, 1:19.1.
Right, I'm wanting to try and stick with Lando and Oscar here, really. Hopefully Alex holds him up a little bit and keeps Lando with me for the next part of the lap, although actually now we're going to lose loads of time behind Alex Albon in this section of the race. Section of the track, sorry. Just kind of caught him at the wrong point. We're effectively back in a DRS train now.
Yellow flag.
I had no idea what to do there. They both went defensive in the end.
We're expecting some rain soon. Expect the first drops in the next few minutes.
It's not come quickly, not delayed long enough, annoyingly. Now, if we had troubles with hot mediums, I am very much fearing now that we will have similar trouble with hot wet tyres too, or hot inters.
Right, the gap to the teammate ahead of us, 11.6 seconds.
That's my current fear. I want the rain to hold off as long as possible, so the car can be as light as possible, so we can put as little temperature through the rear tyres as we need to ensure that they don't overheat. I don't know. A few of the back markers doing a one-stop here, as you can tell. Esteban Ocon still holding position. Pierre Gasly too. Going for the one-stop, trying to go all the way to the rain with the mediums. One set of mediums, should I say. If it dries up after this first shower, then we're thrilled because we've got a brand new set of mediums to go to. If it stays wet for the rest of the race, then unfortunately we've just not quite been lucky enough and should have gone medium. Then we would have been able to maintain the gap to Lando, but it is what it is. Only got very interested Oscar Piastri behind me now on his medium tyres. We should be able to get the P12 it wants. Thankfully it said just get P12, it didn't say overtake Norris, because we should absolutely be able to get Esteban Ocon here before the end of that 5-lap thing. I mean, we're going to get him now. He's literally right here. Hi Esteban! So that's going to be that objective, mid-race objective achieved. I just want the rain to hold off now as long as it can, or to not last the full race, because those that have gone medium will be forced to either go onto a set of softs that won't last, or a set of hard tyres where we will then be the quicker, as we are now, or as they are now. Oh, Esteban, your tyres are dead, aren't they, mate? Yes, sir.
Use your overtake button more. It's time to utilise some of
It's going to be more beneficial to have DRS down the main straight, though. To be fair, I wasn't even close enough to think about making a move anyway, but never mind, because Esteban Ocon locked up, went straight on.
That's why I love working with you.
And now I won't get DRS down the main straight. That's frustrating, because DRS down the main straight could have caught us up to Gasly and Norris in front. But it now won't. Oh, Esteban! You're definitely not my Esty bestie there. And I'm quite happy to follow you through the DRS detection point, which is exactly what we're going to do. Oh, go, now he's boxing. See, that's where I have an issue with the AI. It's just started raining. He's going to box now for another set of dry tyres, different compound, but dry tyres. And then in 3 or 4 laps, it's going to have to box again for wets. That's where the AI strategically disregard any change in weather conditions at the beginning of a race, which sucks because it's unrealistic and shouldn't happen. They should have every understanding of what the forecast is going to do, just as we do as the user, but that's not the case. I will set intermediates as my next tyre, just in case we need to dart in the box at any point, because if it doesn't get wet enough to warrant a change in tyres, we're not going to be boxing for a long time. So I'm going to try and lose as little time as I can fighting with Piastri, but it's easier said than done. But we're not in a position to need to box for intermediate tyres yet, but we might be soon. Yeah, these tyres do now not like these conditions at all.
We'll be seeing at least 20 minutes of light rain. Dries definitely seem like the fastest tyre at the moment.
I don't know, mate. Well, they might be the fastest tyre, but they're really not giving me much grip at the minute. I am skating everywhere right now. Losing time left, right and centre to everyone. I cannot cope with the traction levels that everyone else is able to seemingly maintain in these conditions. They just...
Right, we're no longer sure that these tyres are the right ones. It might be time to come in and change.
Okay. Do I do it now or do I do it? I'm doing it now. I'm doing it now.
Okay.
I'm in for Inters this lap. I'm in for Inters now. It might be a lap too soon. We might burn through our rears, but quite frankly, I'm not going to be any slower than I am on those hards because I'm just flippy-flopping all over the place. Intermediate tyres. Slow front left. Cheers, Ferrari. Any advantage we would have had?
Moving the left front wheel. I know it's not ideal, mate, but let's try and put it behind us.
Any advantage we would have had from stopping onto the different compound earlier has now been lost. And no one else is boxing.
Pit strategy complete.
Is that the right call we've just made, or is it not? It'll be mediums we go to if and when it stops raining. It was the team that gave me the radio call that prompted the decision.
Battery charge is high. Let's
I am going to try and
button a bit more.
I am going to try and bed in these intermediates as best I can. Rear tyres are burning through very, very quickly at the minute. 3% worn after 2 laps. They're the better tyre to be on, but are they going to last? Still no one else thinking about boxing for Inters. Rears are starting to get hot now, so I'm going to come off the battery. Might have done it a few laps too soon. They're definitely the better tyre.
Oh! By the stewards. DRS will be offline. Wait for further updates.
Well, that says that now's the time. Really, ideally. But are my rears just going to melt? The answer is yes. DRS is disabled, but people are continuing on the drier compound. Well, that's a pain in the arse, isn't it? I had to come off those hards regardless, because they were skating me everywhere. But these rear tyres are now just absolutely going to rip themselves apart with the tyre temps. I don't know why rear temperatures are as high as they are for me here in Mexico, because I don't recall having such an issue last year, and I'm running more downforce than I did last year with the setup. Oh, they're in now. Now's the time for them to switch then, but I can't cool my rears down. Even my front left looks like it might be getting a little bit hot. I'm just gonna fall. I'm just gonna tumble because of my rear tyre temps. I'm just gonna tumble. There's nothing I can do. We're on the outskirts of the points, but I'm not gonna be able to cool those rear tyres down. They're just gonna get hotter and hotter and hotter.
Okay, gap to the car ahead, 10.0 seconds.
As the rain gets worse and worse, those temps are just gonna eat me alive, and so's everyone else on the track.
In for his stop now.
Gap to Checo is just halving with almost every passing metre. Look, 10th at a time it's coming out there. 2 tenths. I'm dead. I'm absolutely dead. I'm just dead. Well, that sucks bumholes. Because there's nothing I can do about that. There is no reason whatsoever why these tyres should be overheating as much as they are at the rear, because I'm being so careful with the throttle pedal. They just have, as they did in Kota, and I'm whinging again, just unmatchable rear traction. And for some reason, they don't suffer with the hot tyres either. Hi Oscar, thanks for letting me in the points, but Checo's coming to take it away from me. Nearly at 100 degrees on intermediate tyres is just puncture territory almost. I think we could have been on for a really respectable position and a much better position than we got last year here in Mexico. With the rain and this inexplicable hot tyre situation. I might have to retire.
Okay, here's the gap that we're trailing the car ahead by. 5.0
I can't put wets on, and I can't go back to dries. And I can't change intermediate tyres every 5 bloody laps. So I feel like my hands are tied here. Why are they not having the same issues?
Use overtake now.
Look at it.
Come on, push hard.
This is just because my tyres are hot. I can battle as much as I want. They'll just disappear when it all opens up again.
So this rain could be with us for a while. Light rain conditions for the foreseeable future.
I'm running more downforce. I should have significantly less tyre temp than everyone else. This is just unfair, it feels. I know I did a lot of whinging in the United States, so I'm biting my tongue this time around, but know that I am unhappy. Yeah, I think it's the right decision. There is no point continuing. It's just going to get worse. It's just a waste of everybody's time. So I'm going to do a Valtteri Bottas. I'm going to drive straight into this wall. Oh.
Weather's changing now. You might want to review our strategy. Are you all right?
Really?
Engine off.
Weather's changing now. You might want to review the strategy? As I put it in a wall? What are you talking about? Hang on.
Weather's changing now. We're going to have to change strategy, so it's time to box.
Box for what? Mediums? Alright, let's try again. They want me to box for mediums.
Okay, don't worry
what
about
is
that
happening?
For now, let's just focus on this pit stop. Okay, off we go. Back into the race.
Surely this isn't the right decision. I mean, this is...
There, mate. We're delighted with
Instead of retiring, we're doing this. This feels like a ludicrous decision. But this is what Ferrari told me to do instead of retire. To be honest, probably going to lead to a retirement. I didn't see what lap it wanted me to stop on, to be fair. Maybe I should have checked that first. But yeah, this is not the one. Wall.
Okay, it's board. Well, what
Get
happened?
me.
Let me know you're okay.
Get me home. Fly me from Mexico back to the UK. ASAP, Rocky, please. No. I'm going to retire. I have no idea what Ferrari are on there whatsoever. All right. Thank you for coming to Mexico with me. I apologise that this is how the final race before I go away on holiday has ended, which is not ideal.
The checkered flag is out.
But Max Verstappen wins the race in the end. Carlos Sainz fell off. Did they end up going back to dries?
What an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to
Have a
everyone who
look.
joined us.
I don't think
and
they
we'll
did.
See you for the next one.
No, they didn't. They didn't. They stayed at intermediate running for the next 20 laps. So why they told me to come in for mediums, I've no idea. Oh my lord. Okay, well Stroll finished 8th, so only gets a 4-point advantage on me. Oscar finished 9th, so he only closes by 2, and Checo only got 1, so he only pulls away by an extra 1. So we're still very much in the hunt for 8th in the championship. Lewis is only 11 points clear of me. and the gap to Checo is 27, which is doable. I could definitely close the gap by 27 through the remaining 4 Grand Prix, but not here, not now. That was a complete and utter mystery, and of course my recognition went up by 1% because of it. I don't understand this game sometimes. That was FC levels of what the fuck? Okay, well, the next Grand Prix is Qatar, I think. Oh no, it's Portugal. We removed Brazil and put Portimao in, didn't we? Driver rumours. As always, the paddock rumour mill has been churning, and it seems like a silly season could be upon us. I've heard whispers that multiple teams are looking to change rosters. This might be down to contract, but we've heard Aston Martin has been struggling with their targets this season. We'll know... Oh, it's intriguing. Considering I have a 2-year deal at Ferrari, that's intriguing, because we were contemplating breaking contract, and then because the performances started to improve, we started to contemplate maybe staying at Ferrari. That Mexico result is definitely an outlier and not worth factoring into any potential decision for later down the line. But that is intriguing. I wonder what will happen in the final few rounds of the championship then. We have Portimao, Vegas, Qatar, Abu Dhabi to go. Not driven at Portimao at all on this game yet, so that will be intriguing enough on its own. The engine cover has improved. The weight distribution is better. We're going to get some more resource points. I don't think there's anything we can do to...
Okay, mate, I'm pleased to say that our new parts have come through
to change the car any further.
Ready for the next race weekend.
Yeah, I can't quite afford the front downforce, but even if I could, I think we're at department capacity anyway. There are more chassis upgrades available now, but they're super expensive. I'm apprehensive about the brakes because that's been something that's broken car development over the past few years. Although that said, tyre wear seems to have not broken the car this year. At least yet, anyway. So that might be fixed. Regardless, I can't spend my resource points now. So that's going to be us for today. I'm going to actually see... do I take a slightly different tyre allocation to Portimao? Harder, maybe? No, I'm just going to go with the regular one. It's a fun circuit, Portimao, if you can get the car set up right. So we'll try and get the car set up right. Like I say, I've done literally 0 laps of this circuit at all this year. Fully wet qualifying makes me thrilled to the bone, but a dry race, thankfully. Lots of developments completed. Here you go. So now we're getting the regulation changes for the powertrain. So we're probably best to start spending our points here than upgrading the car anywhere else at the minute. So let's do that. That's where we'll spend the majority of our resource points for the rest of the season. It's just protecting for next year in case we stay at Ferrari. But it will be a dry race at least. Because it's a wet qualifying, I think I might just commit to taking grid penalties now. Although maybe we'll wait and see what happens in quali before I definitely decide that. But we'll probably be starting at the back of the grid in Portugal, because Vegas is a track that we could absolutely do really well at. Abu Dhabi and Qatar too. Portimao's probably the one that doesn't suit the car the most. Still in third in the Constructors, falling further behind Aston Martin, but we'll try and do something about that over the remaining 4 races. It's chaos, isn't it? Being at Ferrari, it never gets any easier or any more straightforward. That's all for this one. Thank you very much for watching. I'll try and get some FM out to you for the remainder of the week if I can. If not, then we will be back live on Sunday for more for you from this. I'll see you in Portugal, if not anywhere else beforehand. Bye.